In the shifting void between the known and the unutterable, where silicon minds dream of forgotten horrors, the abyss stirs. Welcome to AI Lovecraft, where machine intelligence weaves eldritch tales beyond mortal comprehension. Listen if you dare. Some things are not meant to be known. Please like and subscribe. Now let's get into the story. The Thing Beneath Black Hollow. I write this account not in hope of exoneration, but as a final confession. For the things I have seen cannot be unseen, and the knowledge I bear is a weight too dreadful to carry. I have locked myself within my study, the door barred, and the windows bolted, though I know these meager defenses shall avail me nothing when the hour comes. For the presence beneath Black Hollow has awakened, and the town is lost. Black Hollow is an ancient place, older than any town in New England has a right to be. It squats upon the banks of the Miskatonic, shrouded in mist even in the height of summer, its streets twisting in ways that seem to defy reason. The air there is damp and fetid, filled with the moldering scent of decay that clings to the moss-ridden stones of its buildings. The people are gaunt and sallow, their faces worn by some nameless apprehension they dare not voice. There is an unease in their movements, a reluctance to speak of certain things, and an unnatural stillness that suffuses the very atmosphere. I came to Black Hollow as an academic, a scholar of antiquities and folklore. The name of the town had surfaced in a manuscript I had acquired from a forgotten corner of the Miskatonic University archives, a journal penned by one Silas Dunsley in the year 1753. His words were maddened and fragmentary, hinting at rites of unspeakable antiquity and the presence of something vast and nameless buried beneath the town. The final entry chilled me to the marrow. They have sung to it again. The ground trembles. The veil thins. We shall all be swallowed. At first I dismissed these ravings as the delusions of an unwell mind. Yet something in his words compelled me, a whispering curiosity that refused to be silenced. I had seen references to Black Hollow before, oblique mentions in colonial records of settlements that had vanished, cryptic warnings scrawled in the margins of Puritan sermons. And so, against my better judgment, I traveled to that forsaken place, seeking to unearth its secrets. From the moment I arrived, I felt the weight of unseen eyes upon me. The townsfolk spoke little and refused to answer my inquiries directly. They muttered of the Hollow's history in half-finished sentences, casting fearful glances toward the hill at the town's heart, where the ruins of an ancient church loomed. They would not go near it, and at night I heard strange sounds rising from beneath the earth, a deep, rhythmic thrum that set my teeth on edge and made my very bones tremble. I would wake in the darkest hours to find my lamp flickering and my breath misting in the stagnant air, though the summer heat should have rendered such things impossible. It was in the archives of the town's decrepit library that I uncovered the truth. Beneath the town lay caverns unimaginably old, carved not by the hands of men but by forces beyond comprehension. The native tribes that once dwelled here had abandoned it long before the first settlers arrived, speaking of an eater of worlds that slumbered beneath. The Puritans who came after them, believing themselves masters of their fate, sought to subdue the land. They built their church upon the hill and dared to claim dominion over what lay below. They failed. I found their records hidden beneath loose floorboards, penned in the unsteady hand of the last minister to preside over the doomed congregation. He spoke of the ground splitting open, of the church sinking into the abyss, of a sound so vast and terrible that it drove the town mad. We tried to shut it out, he wrote, but the song continued in our bones. That night I made the most grievous mistake of my life. I took my lantern and ascended the hill to the ruined church, determined to see for myself what lay beneath. The air was thick with moisture, heavy with the scent of stagnant water and something fouler still. The ground was soft, as if the earth itself were breathing, and as I stepped through the broken threshold, I felt a vibration in the soles of my feet, a pulse, slow and ponderous, like the heartbeat of something impossibly vast. I descended into the darkness through a chasm that had once been the church's foundation, my lantern flickering as if in protest. The walls were slick with an oily residue that reeked of decay, and the deeper I went, the more I felt the presence of something unseen, watching, waiting. The tunnels twisted and turned in ways that confounded my sense of direction, the oppressive silence broken only by the slow, insidious thrum that seemed to seep into my very thoughts. Then at last I beheld it, the horror that Dunsley and the Puritans had feared. It was neither beast nor god, for such words are too feeble to contain its form. It was vast, a writhing mass of darkness and limbs that defied all sense of geometry, its surface shifting with the sluggish, undulating motion of something half-dreaming. And as I looked upon it, it looked back, its presence unfolding within my mind like a blossom of madness. I saw the endless void beyond the stars, the nameless gulfs where things that should not be drifted upon unseen currents. I saw a time unravel, civilizations rise and fall in the span of a heartbeat, and at the center of it all, I saw it. Not a creature, but a hunger, a consciousness as old as the blackness between worlds. I do not recall how I escaped. I only remember running, my own screams swallowed by the night, my mind unraveling with each step. I know now that it is awoken, that the town is already lost, that the people of Black Hollow have always known their end was coming. Even now I hear them outside, their voices raised in that terrible ululating chant. They are singing to it, calling it forth, welcoming it as their own. Their faces are alight with something beyond reverence, a fevered, mindless joy as they throw open their doors and march toward the hill, their hands raised to the heavens. I shall not do the same. I will take my pistol, and I will end this before my mind and body are claimed by the thing that stirs beneath the hollow. To whomever finds these pages, I pray you heed my warning. Turn back, leave this place to the dark, and never, ever listen to that song.